Hi, I'm Brian Agler.
I'm Aaron Zucker.
And we co-taught Lost as literature in the
Exploration
program. Yeah, it was cool. So our idea was we should approach Lost and like TV in general, but Lost specifically as literature. So for the first half, we focused on themes: fate versus free will, science versus faith, things like that.
We moved more towards mechanisms because Lost is especially unique in that it's famous for its flashbacks, but also flash forwards.
It's the mysteries and the reoccurring elements and motifs. So we just tried to look at the show from that perspective and say, okay, let's talk about it more than just a piece of entertainment or more than just a thing that we watch for an hour each week. And it was mostly discussion. We'd watch 2 episodes for homework. We'd watch 1 episode in class, and we'd talk about them.
We really liked the students to drive the conversation. We would have some discussion questions and obviously lecture points, but we never wanted to point them in a specific direction too much because sometimes we would go into a class having an idea and they would totally disagree with us and we wouldn't reach that conclusion.
Which I think is one of the cool things about Lost as opposed to some other shows is that you can go in about 7 different directions for any given topic. So oftentimes they would be pointing out stuff or arguing stuff that we just totally didn't think of, and we're the ones who were supposedly teaching the class. So that's
I thought it was a good lesson for us to be teachers, that we didn't necessarily have an end point and try too hard to get them there because sometimes that would mean dismissing some of their own ideas.
So what would you say your favorite classroom moment was?
Favorite classroom moment? I don't know if there was a specific one.
Hedging answer.
Well, we got to know our students really well. I think we, like most of the classes, started with highs and lows, and we had some characters in the class that were always well behaved and respected each other. But I think that they became pretty good friends.
Yeah, that was the coolest part. So Aaron and I met in a perspectives class actually, and which is why it was really fun to see everyone, the friend groups kind of form within our explorations group. So I guess
we were at Winter Bash and we saw a bunch of them.
Yeah, which was a little awkward, but also a little cool. And I think there's something fulfilling about the class because it almost, I spent 100 hours watching the show plus probably another 100 hours discussing the show with friends and family, and I think it's nice to at least have all of that culminate in, well, at least I can say, well, it was totally worth it because I taught this class, and that was pretty cool.
And it was nice also that we didn't watch every episode.
That would have been terrible. That's a lot of episodes.
Because we didn't have to focus very much on plot exposition. If they had questions just about what was going on in the show, that 2.5 hours seemed like a lot to us at the beginning, but really we were always crunched for time.
We were always crunched for time, which
we didn't have time for the sort of water cooler conversations that you expect from Lost, where like, what is the smoke monster? We couldn't really engage with something like that.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.